Maybe. I've got the little thing spinning here. It's taking its time. Oh, I don't want to customize my dashboard. Okay, I think, yeah, let's see if I can put a thing in the comments. Okay, there we go. Yes, yay, live. So it is Friday. It is the end of my day today. It is the end of the week. I am glad to be here with all of you. And I'm going to talk to you for a little bit while we wait for people to gather. So hello to all of you who are coming on, and hello to you in replay. Just a second, my camera is, let me lean close there. Sometimes I confused my camera a little bit. Hi, Vicki. Good to see you here. I wanted to start off today by welcoming you. We have so many new members again. I think in the last 7 days, I think there are more than 30 of you. So that's cool. It's a fun thing. There are almost 800 of us in this group now. I did not expect it to grow this quickly to that large a number. So that's cool. Now, a lot of you are coming in from Facebook and not really familiar with who I am, what I do, or any of my video work on YouTube. And so I want to kind of give you a quick rundown on that. When you click announcements above here, it'll say discussion about, click on announcements, because there are instructions in there about how you can get the most out of this group, because I want you to be able to use it. This isn't a group like any other. There are over 60 or maybe 70 now hours of replays of the live work I do in this group that are available to you there. It'll tell you how to access those. I do work on a regular basis in this group live and would be happy to help you, but you gotta ask in the chat. So I wanted to read, oh, nope. I forgot about YouTube. My 2 new videos this week both have to do with my YouTube videos. I know. The first one that I made, and both of those I've posted here in the group, they're both on YouTube. The first one is how to get the most out of my YouTube videos, because there are about 150 or more of them, and they're for specific things or issues like pain in your lower back, or migraines, or acne, or eczema, anger, forgiveness. There are a whole bunch of them. And I want you to be able to use these videos in the best way possible to get the best possible result for yourself. So when people will find a video that is for their particular ailment, and they'll make a comment, it's like, this really helped, I'm going to do this 5 million times. And I would say to them, yes, certainly use this one again, but you need to be working with more than just this one video. Just this one video isn't probably going to get it. These are small bites of transformation that I'm able to provide people. So if in that video, for instance, for jaw pain, where a lot of that work involves anger, I have a video that's separate for anger. I have one for forgiveness. I have videos for childhood criticism, feeling like you're not good enough. I have work for all of those things, and I would encourage you to make use of all of those. So the link to my YouTube channel is also under announcements. Now, for those of you that's for everybody who came in from Facebook and is going, what? Now, a lot of you are going to come in here and go, okay, so what is this tapping stuff that she's doing? And does it really work? And I want to start by reading you a couple of things. These were posted in the group here in the last week by people. And the first one is from one. She says, hi, Sharon, you tapped with me 2 weeks ago on the live to help me with severe night sweats. Great news, they're definitely lessening. Also, as a lovely bonus, I've lost 5 pounds without changing my already healthy eating habits. I'd gained weight from these pesky hormonal imbalances and nothing was reducing it. I'm so grateful to you for sharing all your profound knowledge and thankful for everyone on your Facebook group for their help, positivity, and shared tapping. So that's a cool result. This is someone who asked for help for night sweats on a live a few weeks ago, and she's reporting back, which is cool. And this next one's from a gentleman who came to me from doing one of my YouTube videos. And he put this comment in the group. Thank you for adding me to the group. I really enjoyed your YouTube on getting rid of eczema. I've been tapping for over 7 years. yet had little success with this issue. I was tapping on the symptom, the chronic itch, not the cause, frustration, anger, anxiety. What a game changer. I have and will continue to use this video when I want to scratch. The times I've used it, my SUDS scale, and the SUDS is when you're measuring from 0 to 10 on the intensity level. So my SUDS have gone from a 9+ to a 1 or a 2. Hooray. That's a cool result. Thank you for posting that in here. And I would say frustration, anger, anxiety, go work with the videos for anger and anxiety. I don't know that I have one for frustration, but that's probably a good one to do. So, does this stuff work? Yes. Tapping absolutely works, and it works really well. The thing I think it needs, though, is that it needs to be used in combination. It works best when it's used with other things. And that brings me to, I wanted to talk to you really quickly also, because I've had now several questions about this from people that are in this group. Do you work privately? And the answer is yes, I absolutely do. What I don't do are individual sessions. I don't do single sessions. I haven't done that in many years. But what I do offer are private programs of work that are specifically designed, including the brain work, the work to increase neuroplasticity that you need to make the tapping work that we're doing and all the other work to make it stick in your brain. Your brain needs to be able to take that in and make those pathways permanent for you. And that's what my programs are designed to do. They range in length from 3 weeks to 12 weeks. There is an interview process you do. We have to have a conversation before I let anybody come into a private program because of two things. I want to be sure we're a good fit to work together. And also I want to be sure of what you have going on and to know that I feel reasonably able to help you. If I don't, I'm going to say, I'm not going to make you an offer. So yeah, the private programs, if you want to move ahead and make powerful changes in your life, because it's not just a pain thing. These are powerful life-changing things. And yeah, if that sounds like it's appealing for you, I will put the link above this video, this live. I forgot what else I was going to say there. Let me think. I think I might talk, let's see, 408. Yeah, I'm going to talk for just a moment because we do have over, I think it's almost 30 or more new people this week. I want to talk very quickly about how, about pain and tapping and how it works. And on the lives, you'll see me use several different things, including tapping. But tapping is actually based kind of loosely on acupuncture, but it doesn't use any needles. And the way it works is that we're electrical in nature. And we know this. This electrical charge runs through our bodies. It's measurable. If you've ever had an EKG, you know that they're measuring the electrical output of your heart. Electroencephalogram is electrical brain activity. It's nothing weird. And it's measurable. And our electrical charge is used as a diagnostic tool in Western medicine all the time. So EFT tapping proposes that this charge that runs through your body, this electrical charge, runs along your acupuncture meridians. I believe that, and I explain this different than anybody else in the business does, because this is the way I energetically see it and appreciate it happening. These meridians are the actual schematic of our physical electrical wiring, if you will. And when you physically tap on these meridian endpoints, which is what we're doing when we're tapping, you are actually accessing your own electrical system with your own body. You don't need tools to do this. Your hands are fine. Now, it works in a separate way also. Tapping proposes when you have one of the big three so-called negative emotions, fear, anger, grief, and grief and sadness are the same thing. It can cause a short in your wiring, in your electrical system. Now, where you short out depends in part on heredity. There are some common things out there, and I'll talk about those in a minute, but it can cause a short in your wiring that results in pain and or dis-ease. So the second way that tapping works, because we're not only tapping, we're speaking out loud while we do this. And we are directly addressing our own subconscious when we're talking. That's because your brain is wired just like the motherboard in a computer. And you've got files, programs running in the background all the time. Now, one of your brain's primary functions is to keep you safe. That's one of the things it does, and it's good at it. So you've got these programs, these old files running in the background, many of them from childhood. When something happens that causes an emotional upset for you, one of the big three again, fear, anger, grief, it can be a combination, it's going to trigger one of those old files, one of those programs. And it's going to go, whoop, this is not safe. We don't want to deal with that. We're not going to think about that. And it stashes that and files it. But it also leaves a marker so that you will be reminded to come back to work with that emotion. It may be, a good example is lower back pain. And that is almost always, 75% of the time in the West, that is a fear having to do with money. Doesn't have anything to do with whether or not you have plenty of money. It's just a fear. So if paying a big bill or having a big unforeseen bill come in, that triggers that programming, you're going to end up with some pain. Because pain is actually an information system in the body, and it's here to help us, not hurt us. It's trying to communicate with us all the time, but you've got to be able to know how to listen to it. So those are some things that we're doing. When you tap, speak out loud, engage your energy system, these things usually resolve very quickly. You'll see pain levels drop in just a matter of minutes. All right, so let's do some tapping here. I'm going to quit talking now. Well, I won't quit talking. All right, so Vicki and Christine, good morning from Australia. And if you are on this live and would like some help, this is your chance, but you have to ask in the live chat. Just go ahead and jump in there. I don't bite. It's perfectly safe, and it's a lot of fun as well. And you'll feel better really quickly. So, ladies, what can I help you with today? Christine and Vicki, go ahead and drop in the chat. And Shipra, hello. Good to have you here, Shipra. Go ahead, all three of you, if you would like some help today. And Shipra, I have not worked with you before, so I'll probably take you first. Go ahead and drop in the chat what you'd like some help with. You can also just ask me a question in here if you've got a question. Nothing off limits there. Okay, Shipra is suffering from psoriasis. Okay, good. Well, I mean, not good, but good. All right. So I actually have a good video for psoriasis, but I'm going to look again to see what is under there. And we'll do a little tapping. We're going to have a look under there for you too, because I'm kind of trying to remember. That is PS. Okay, fear of being hurt, deadening the senses. Oh, that's kind of interesting. I want to look at one more thing here. There are a lot of lists and books about these. Oh, hello, Dale. And have not tapped on here with you for a while. I don't think I've ever tapped on here with you. Okay. All right. So Dale, you're next up. And then if we have some time, Christine and Vicki, go ahead and put in the chat what you'd like some help with. And I may have time to do everybody. I will take the new people first. And Irma has a question. She says, if one or more of your tapping points are sore when you're tapping, does this mean anything? It can. It can mean that you've got some trapped energy there. These are meridian endpoints. They're acupuncture meridian endpoints. So it can mean you've got trapped energy. I would go ahead and just don't tap hard on them. I mean, don't hurt yourself. But I would say that usually means you've got some trapped energy there. Okay, I wanted to look at one more thing. PS, come on here. Because I can't always remember what is under everything. Okay, so, and I'm just kind of looking on one of the lists because I do have a good psoriasis video, but I can't remember what it was. Emotional insecurity, holding on to feelings or fears that go against you, not speaking your truth with love, unwilling to be accountable for your own feelings, unresolved, deep-seated hurt feelings surfacing. Probably at least one of those is going to be for you. All right, so Cipra. We're not going to be able, I don't think psoriasis itches. So this is going to be a thing we'll go ahead and work with it, but I don't know how to give it a number between 0 and 10 because it isn't actually probably painful. It's just awful stuff. So Shipra, let's I'm curious, can you drop in the chat, if you would, where on your body is this? Because I don't have a clear view of where that is. Is it all over you? I can't get a fix on where in your body it is. So drop in the chat, if you would, Shipra, where on your body the psoriasis is, so that I have kind of an idea. And if there's anybody else who hasn't been on one of these lives before, this is your chance. Get in here and ask. I usually have time to do anywhere from 3 to 5. Okay, and okay. Shipper says it's all overall. Okay, so this is all over. Okay, all right, and everybody do this with us. We're going to take advantage of something called borrowing benefits. That means that when you tap for someone else's issue, because we're all human, we all come equipped with exactly the same emotions, that you receive a surprise benefit just from doing this work with somebody else for their issue. So, Shipra, let's go ahead. I want you to close your eyes and take a big breath in through your nose and hold it and blow it out through your mouth. Okay. Now I want you to use, you have had this for a long time. This is not new. Gosh, you've had this for years, I think. Okay. Now, gently, I want you to look at your skin from the inside. And, wow. And see how it looks from inside. Just use your imagination. Because I know you've got a good imagination. There's so much irritation there. Okay, now I want you to ask your skin from the inside. Ask it what it needs to feel better, and also ask it what's stuck there, what emotion is stuck there, and what it needs to feel better. The first thing that comes to mind. What's stuck there, and what does it need to feel better? Now, you may see a word or a sentence, you may hear a word, you may see a situation, you may see colors, but we want to get a clear idea of what's going on there, what's stuck there, and what it needs to feel better. Okay. All right, now tell your skin we're going to give it some help, and take a big breath again in through your nose and blow it out and open your eyes. Okay, yeah, it looked like it was there for a long time to me also. Shipper says long time, over 10 years. Wow, that's a long time. Okay. Okay. All right, Mary, you'll be up after. Hi, Rita. Okay, Mary, you're going to be third up. We're going to work with Shipra, and then Dale, and then you're up, because I want to look at that. Yeah, I do want to look at that for you, Mary. So stick around. Don't go away. You're third up. All right, Shipra. So go ahead, drop in the chat. What does it need? What's stuck there? What does it need to feel better? What did you see in there? Please go ahead, drop that in the chat. Oh, yeah. And okay, saw darkness. All right. What emotional things are there? What's stuck there? What does it need? What does it need to feel better? And while we wait for her to put that in the chat, I want to know emotional stuff. What was in there? Yeah, Mary's asking a question. Yeah, I'm kind of looking because yes, I am going in and looking at what's under there with people, but it's always useful to refer to a list. And this particular one, positive. Okay, positive thinking is not going to be what it needs. I don't think so. Okay, this is a list from a book called Feelings Buried Alive Never Die by Carol Kuhn Truman. It's a great list. And the other one that I really like, I've used these for years, is Louise Hay, Heal Your Body A to Z. Also excellent. Okay. Okay. Shipra, what was going on in your life before the psoriasis started? Because this is a thing I ask private clients. When someone comes to me and they say, oh, I've had this thing, this pain in my shoulder, for instance, and it started 5 months ago. And my question to them is, okay, what was going on? So 5 months ago, what was going on in your life 5.5 and 6 months ago? What was going on with your relationships? What was going on in your work, your professional life? What was happening? What emotions were you feeling? And they almost always, everyone goes, oh, well, I was going through a divorce, or my mother died, or I got laid off at work, or I got a promotion and I felt all this pressure. It's always something. So 10 years, you've had this 10 years. What was going on in your life before? And Mary, stick around. Please do not leave. I have something I really do want to look at for you. Okay, so Shipper says she's not sure. All right, let's just do a little tapping. It's getting worse day by day. Okay. I'm thinking. All right, let's just try it and see here. All right, for Shipra. I have psoriasis, and it is all over my body. I've had it more than 10 years, and nothing helps. But I choose to be okay anyway. Ooh, made my nose itch. Even though my skin is covered with psoriasis, I choose to be okay anyway, because I completely love and accept myself. And I love my skin, and I'm open to shifting this now. My skin is the part of my body that is designed to protect me from the outside world. And there are a lot of things outside there that scare me, that irritate me, that make me really sad and hurt my feelings. And because my skin's job is to protect me, it's taken all these emotions and hung on to them. Because I didn't know, we're tapping under the arm here. There we go, turn my camera a little bit. Because I didn't know how to deal with the emotional hurt that I was feeling. And something was going on in my life a little more than 10 years ago that triggered this. It triggered my need to protect myself. And because I didn't know how to deal with the emotions that I was experiencing around whatever this was, my brain said, okay, we're going to put this marker in your skin so that you can come back and work with it later. And we're going to keep you safe. And you don't have to feel those things or deal with them right now. But now I've got psoriasis all over my body. And it's awful. So I'm open to looking at all the things that I may not have been feeling because it didn't feel safe to feel them. I give myself permission to let go of all the irritation and fear stuck in my skin. I give myself permission to let go of all the hurt, all the frustration and all the anxiety stuck in my skin. It's safe to let it go now. I don't need it anymore. And now I choose to fill my skin with peace and calm. And soothing love. I choose to fill my skin with positive thoughts. And I choose to think positive thoughts about myself and the world. Because I do completely love and accept myself. And I love my skin. Peace. Okay. All right, Shipra, drop in the chat. Let me know how that tapping landed for you. Now, I know that you're not going to be able to quantify that, but do, let us know. Check back in a few days or a few weeks, and if you're seeing improvement, let us know in the group. And definitely do go work with my YouTube video for psoriasis. I think that will help. Okay. So, Dale, coming back to you, food and chemical sensitivities and intolerances. Okay. I'm thinking, looking at it. Oh, okay. I know. Full disclosure, I sort of kind of know Dale in real life a little. I think I know what this is already. So let's just jump in and do a little tapping for that. Because I think I can see what this is. You'll know. You can tell me afterward if I'm on with this, because I think I am. I have all these sensitivities and intolerances, allergies even, to food and chemicals, all these things. But I choose to be okay anyway. Even though I've got all these sensitivities and intolerances, I profoundly love and accept myself. And I'm open to shifting my perspective on why I may be experiencing this. Because I do completely and profoundly love and accept myself. And I honor all of the reasons that I may be having these things happen. I'm a really sensitive person. I feel things pretty deeply. And that doesn't always feel good to me. In fact, sometimes it feels overwhelming. And when emotions are overwhelming, and I don't know how to work through it, my body steps up because my body is intelligent. And it says, okay, let's focus on this instead. Let's be sensitive to a particular food or a chemical. That'll serve as a reminder of how sensitive I am without having to experience all the unpleasant emotions around that. And a lot of the time when I'm experiencing overwhelming emotions or situations, I can't bounce back from them as quick as someone else might. And so then I start to feel sorry for myself. Why me? Why am I having this? Why can't I feel better? And then that adds a whole nother layer of allergy stuff, sensitivity stuff, and intolerances. I give myself permission to understand that all humans are equal. But completely individual as well. I wonder if it's possible that all of these sensitivities are just my way of saying to the world, hey, I am sensitive. And that there's nothing wrong with that. What if there's really nothing wrong with me? What if I'm actually already okay? I allow myself to relax and to let go of the need to be allergic and so sensitive, because I have good tools to work through overwhelm. And I do really completely love and accept myself. Peace. Okay. Dale, if you would, let me know how that landed for you. Was I on the issue there? Okay, so let's see. All right, let's see. Dale says yay. Okay, that's not the new comment. Let me know how that landed for you, if you would, Dale. All right, now, Mary. Okay. Just give me a second here. Okay, um, you've had high blood pressure for a lot of years, and it's been under control. I'm guessing you take medication for it, which is good. If a doctor has prescribed medication, please take it. This is not intended to be medical diagnosis or treatment of any kind. But I am thinking about this, and the minute I look at you, I see kidneys. Kidneys actually do control your blood pressure, and does not look like this does not look like a blood pressure thing to me. This looks like a kidney issue. Um, Gosh, it's so weird. The artery leading into the top of the kidney. Um, it's like there's almost an occlusion there. I don't know I'm not sure what I'm seeing because as I said, I'm not a doctor. But this is very clear. We'll do a little bit of work, but I believe you need to see your doctor, like right away. And they need to run some tests and go ahead and tell them you think you may be having kidney trouble. You can tell them what I said if you want. It doesn't, I'm fine with it. But I do believe we're going to do some tapping. But I really do think you need to see your doctor. And don't put this off because your blood pressure may be shooting up really high. And that can be a very dangerous situation. Now, I'm going to look at what blood pressure is. I think it's just pressure. But kidneys control the blood pressure. That's what they regulate it. And kidneys are where fear is stored. Certain organs tend to accumulate certain emotions. Liver is anger, kidneys and bladder are fear, lungs are grief and sadness, and heart also. Um, so I want you to think in terms of what's happened. If your blood pressure's been well controlled for a long time, what has happened in the last couple of days? What has changed? What's going on in your life? If you can talk about that, go ahead and drop it in the chat. Okay, Dale says, she says, very right on, it's a distraction. Okay, yeah. And she says, feeling clearer. Okay, good for you. Well done. All right, let me look at blood pressure here and see what it says about that. Because I think it feels like pressure to me when I look at that. Dale says, so weird. My mom is in the hospital right now with kidney issues that became septic and high blood pressure. This is when I look at this for Mary. This is not. It is. It's a vein or artery that is at the top that leads into. God, I can't tell whether it's on the left or the right. I can't see it clearly enough, but it's like there's an obstruction of some sort there. All right, still looking this up. Okay. Blood problems. Oh, nothing about blood pressure here. That's interesting. Blood problems. No, that's not it. I haven't worked with high blood pressure for anyone for a while. They usually come to me for other things. So let me look at this. I just want to see what we may have under there, and we'll let you go look at it too. Mary, okay. She says, Mary says, I was trying to come up with what happened to me in the last few days, and I come up with nothing different. I am a fearful person. Okay. All right. Let me see here what we've got. Because I'm curious what it says about blood pressure. Blood pressure, hypertension, long-standing emotional problems not solved. Well, yeah, okay, that's not very descriptive. Let's go have a look at it from the Let's go have a look at it from the inside, and because I've got a little bit of time here. All right, Mary, let's. It feels to me like this has gotten really high, and this is not a medication issue. Okay, take a big breath if you would. Oh, okay, take a big breath and hold it, and blow it out, and close your eyes. Okay, now I want you to use your imagination, and I want you to move toward your kidneys. And look at that area of your body. And I want you to also just appreciate how your blood pressure looks inside your body, because that is your blood moving under higher pressure. This is kind of hard to do on Facebook Live where we can't see and hear each other. So just be patient if you would. Look at your kidneys and look around and see how much pressure your blood is under. And ask what it needs to feel better. I think that's the only thing we really want to know is what does it need to feel better? You may see an event, you may see a person, you may see words or a sentence. What does it need to feel better? First thing that comes to mind, you won't be wrong. Okay, tell it we're going to give it some help. And take a big breath into your nose and blow it out. Okay. Okay, and okay, we're going to do a little tapping for this for Mary. And Lucinda, you'll be next up because I have not worked with you on a live before. And bursitis. Okay. And we'll go back to that. Okay, Mary, drop in the chat. What did you see in there? What does it need to feel better? And I'll just say it again. I'll put it in the chat, but I'll put it in the text above this. There are actually a couple of books with good lists that I really like. So yeah, I try to take people that I haven't worked with or haven't worked with in a long time first. So yeah. Okay, so Mary, drop in the chat. What'd you see in there? Gonna drink a little water here. Okay, Mary says, I felt I need compassion. Yeah, I would think so. All right, so okay, let's everybody tap along with this. Let's do some tapping for Mary for blood pressure. I've had high blood pressure before, but it's been under control, and I take good care of myself. But now it's shot up and is really high, just in the last couple of days. But I choose to be okay anyway. And I profoundly love and accept myself. Even though my blood pressure has gotten really high for no apparent reason, I choose to be okay anyway. And I completely love and accept myself. And I love my kidneys. And I love the blood that flows through my body and nourishes me. I agree, as I'm doing this tapping, that because Sharon said I needed to go see my doctor, I will do it soon. But what I saw was that I needed compassion. And I felt like I've been fearful and under a lot of pressure for a lot of years. And it seems weird that this turned up right now because I was feeling really good. So that means it's getting my attention. Because I had one thing that improved, and I was feeling better. And now this other thing has popped up. I give myself permission to understand that this is my body doing its best to get my attention. I have a lot of fear, and it may be affecting my kidneys, maybe affecting my blood pressure. I don't have a lot of compassion for myself. And I feel like others don't have much compassion for me either. I allow myself to release the need for all of these warning signs, all of these alerts that I've been getting. I choose to really pay attention to my body and what it's telling me. And the best person to get compassion from is myself. I choose to treat myself with tenderness. The same way I would with holding a beautiful newborn. I choose to be that tender with myself, that compassionate with myself. It's safe for me to relax because I do completely love and accept myself. And I love my kidneys, and I love my blood. I love all of me. Peace. Okay. Mary, let us know how that landed. We're getting a lot of things that we really can't quantify today, and that's okay. Some days it goes that way. Some days people come in with clear pain and we can show numbers, and we always do that. Any of you who are watching this and going, well, I don't know how they're going to know if they're better, well, go back and watch some of the other lives where people have come in for things like back pain, knee pain, whatever. So yeah, clear, measurable results. But these are things that I don't know how to do that with these things that we're working with today. Okay, Lucinda, let's see. That would be lovely to know what they are. And is it okay that I'm asking about bursitis for my mother? Yes and no. She can do, I have a public video on YouTube for bursitis. I don't tap with anyone within this group who is not themselves a group member. Okay, this came up a few weeks ago again with a nice woman who was in here and said, oh, my boyfriend has this going on. So, and yeah, if he wants to join the group and agree to, the privacy and the rules and the disclaimer, then yeah, that's great. I'm happy to tap with him. I am not happy to tap with someone one-on-one like this outside of the group. Okay, and Mary, okay. Yes, a group member. Lucinda, you are a member of this group. This is a private group that you're in. This is a private Facebook group. It is not, nobody can see these lives except the members who have agreed to privacy policies and things within this group. So, okay, she agreed to the video on YouTube. That's a different thing. That's my disclaimer. So the private group has an additional set of rules. So yeah, sorry, I failed to make that clear. All right, Mary says, I really cried a lot. I'll keep you posted after I see the cardiologist. Whoa, no, what? She says, after I see the cardiologist. Okay, you didn't tell me you were seeing a cardiologist. What? That's a heart person. Okay, now I'm confused. You need to, whoever you go see, a cardiologist is not going to be interested in your kidneys. A general practitioner may be interested in your kidneys. But this looks, yeah, like I said, I think there's some impairment there affecting your kidneys, one or both of your kidneys. So, okay, yeah, do keep me posted. I'm glad that landed well for you. Okay, let's see. I have time for one more here. All right, let's see here. Yeah, and Lucinda, next time I work live, if your mom wants to join the group herself and be on the live, I'm happy to tap with her. That'd be great. All right. Let's see here. Let me see what else I've got, because you came on. I may do you next, Rita. Let me see what we've got in here. I don't think I've got other requests from this. Okay, Vicki, Christine. Okay. I'm just scrolling really quick because I got to see. There were quite a few things in the chat here. I want to make sure I didn't miss any of them. Okay, Rita says, I have a really bad cough, 8 days, tapped on cough and congestion, need tapping on sadness and grief. Okay. Sorry to hear about your mom in the hospital, Dale. Just kind of scrolling through here, almost to the end of them. Okay. All right. Last tapping of the day here. And just if there's someone that I have not worked with before on one of these lives, or not recently, I have worked with Rita. If there's someone who would like some help, you can be next up, but you do have to ask in the chat. So I'll give you just a few seconds here, and then we'll go in and do some work for Rita. Okay, cough and congestion. Okay, so Rita, you've identified that you think it's grief and sadness, because you said that, you made that comment in here. What makes you think that? I'm just scrolling back up to look at this again. Sorry, this is a little... Okay, tapping on sadness and grief, can't pinpoint exactly what to tap. Okay. So what makes you think it's sadness and grief? Are you feeling sadness and grief? Oh, Lucinda, you don't need to apologize. Lucinda's saying she's sorry she didn't understand properly. It's okay. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Yeah, this has come up before, that very question, but yeah, I'd love to tap with your mom. Get her in the group. Okay. Yeah, don't feel bad about it. I'm here for you. This is I love doing this. All right, lung issue. Okay. Maybe. Boy, I don't think it is. We're going to do a little tapping for Rita here first, and then Mary's asking me a question, and I do stick around, Mary. Don't. I'm not going to leave. I'm not going to go anywhere because I do want to respond to your question. Let me see what coughs are. Coughs are wanting. I think coughs are trying to get attention, wanting attention. Let me see what we got going on here. Nervousness, criticism, annoyance, choking. Okay. Okay, I think all of those are what you've got going on. I'm just reading it here. Nervousness, feelings of criticism, feeling annoyed, present conditions and future possibilities are intolerable. Feels like you're choking on life, choking about something. Okay, let's just start out here on the side of the hand. I have a terrible cough and a lot of congestion. Rita, where in the world are you? Are you in the United States? Um, you need to get COVID tested. If this does not, if you get worse, really do pay attention to this. God, I'm going to tell people to go to the doctor today, because I think there's a distinct possibility that you're experiencing COVID symptoms. And okay, yeah, I know testing may or may not be very simple there, and testing is not always reliable, but pay very close attention to your symptoms. If you become short of breath or if your symptoms worsen, you've got to go to the doctor, or you may need to go to the hospital. Don't ignore this. Don't ignore this. I don't know what you've actually got going on, but I think there's a very good possibility you may have COVID. So we're still going to tap. We're still going to tap here. Okay. Don't be alarmed. This is not me predicting that you've got anything, but that is a distinct possibility. I worked with someone about a week ago who this was a similar thing, and it was a positive COVID, and she's okay, and you're probably going to be fine too. But let's just do a little tapping. I have got a terrible cough and all this congestion, and it's not getting better. Okay, I've got a cough. She says just a cough. I'm coughing. And it's getting worse. It's not going away. And I'm not sure why. But I'm open to letting go of this now. Even though I've got this really terrible cough, I can't seem to stop and nothing's helping. I'm not sure why. And I don't know what emotions are under there. But I'm open to shifting my perspective on this now. Because I completely love and accept myself. I love my lungs. I love my throat. I love my entire body. I've got this really bad cough. I am barking at the world. I've got frustration and irritation in there. And I'm feeling pretty critical of somebody else in my life who's close to me. I think I could make better choices than this person. It really annoys me. all this cough, all this criticism and irritation. I wonder if it's possible that I feel like I need to control something or someone. And because I can't, it made me angry. And I didn't know what to do with that. So I developed this cough. But I'm open to letting go of all my feelings of criticism, all anger, all frustration. It's safe to let it go now because I completely love and accept myself. And I'm open to healing this now and letting it go. It's safe for me to feel better. It's safe for me to let go of the need to cough. Peace. Okay, so let us know how that landed, Rita. Remember, just a cough, that's a big COVID symptom. Pay close attention to it. All right, Mary, a cardiologist prescribed the blood pressure medication years ago. I have a checkup yearly. I thought that would be the place to start and mentioning to him about the kidneys. Do you think I should get an appointment with an internist or kidney doctor first? Yeah, actually I do. I'm sorry, I know this is odd. I don't have to say this to people on public kind of video things very often, but yeah, I do. I do think you need to see an internist. Because this is not an issue here. Blood pressure is regulated by kidneys, and it looks to me like there's a clear connection there. Your cardiologist, what they usually do with this is start regulating, start working with different medications for you, and that may or may not be what you need. If you've got an obstruction of some sort in there, and I'm not 100% right all the time, but if I am and you have an obstruction, then that's something that needs attention. That is not something that they will probably be able to control with medication. So I don't know if this helps you, but that is like the very first thing that I saw when you asked that question in the chat. So I wish you all the best. Keep us posted. Let us know how you do with this. And maybe the cardiologist start with that, but be very, if that's who you see next, be very clear with them about this just suddenly shooting up, that you were better, and you feel free to tell them what I saw. People have gone to their physicians before with things that I told them were happening, and yeah, it can be useful, but it's just information. So all good. Oh, thank you so much for being here today. Okay, Rita says on the point. And Dale says that's what's happening to her mom. Okay, I've got to tell you, I have a longtime friend. I'm just going to tell you this quickly because it's a kidney story. And Mary, I have absolutely no reason to believe this is what's going on with you. But this was a woman who was in great shape. This was a lot of years ago. She was maybe, oh gosh, maybe 45 or 50 at the time. And slender, in excellent health, and all of a sudden her blood pressure shot up. And they tried controlling it with medication, and it'd be under control for a while, and then it would shoot back up again. And they couldn't figure out what it was. And I can't remember who caught it. It wasn't me. I only knew about this after the fact. But she saw someone who was a radiologist, about something else, and I think at a party, and said, they can't get this under control. We don't know what's going on. And he said, they need to look because there's this rare condition and it causes muscle tissue to grow inside of the artery that feeds the kidneys. And he said it's really rare, but you're young and you're in shape and you're thin and you might be having that going on. And it's pretty easy to find, but nobody knows to look for it, usually until it's too late. And like I said, I'm not telling you this to scare you or anything. It was an interesting thing. And so there are things like that can happen. She ended up having surgery, which fixed the problem. It never grew back. She was fine. But that can turn into an emergency situation. And I can't remember what it was called. It's an extremely rare condition. Like I said, I don't know that is what you've got going on. I see something going on with the artery that feeds your kidneys, and I can't tell which side. So, yes, all good. Go ask. Mention kidneys. Tell them I mentioned obstruction of the artery, of the arterial flow to the kidneys. Obstruction of the arterial flow going into the kidneys. Cool. All right. That's it for today. That's a wrap. Thank you, everybody, for showing up and being brave and vulnerable on here and doing this work together. I so appreciate all of you. Best group in the world. So much fun. And I will see you again next time. Take care. Enjoy your weekend, everybody.